Okay, let me try to explain a little bit. Today is April 5th, and I'm going to explain a little bit about why a no trade was issued. And first off, I'd like to encourage everybody to read and go through the lectures on the market profile that are posted on the YouTube. This will help you understand market structure and all these rotations and other kind of things. So in a nutshell, what happened was the large gap down took out a lot of the premium on the calls, because as price goes down, the calls, lose value. So, we had this large gap down from yesterday's close up here in this red, this 56.50, to down here. So what we needed was an up leg into that gap, enough to get some premium, on the calls, because as price moves up, the calls will increase in price. So we really needed one of these rotations, one of these up legs, to come up here and test this value area low around this 50 or this point of control, this 53, and then reverse. And with that much of an up leg, it would have added price to the calls. However, the market was really weak, and we never could get enough of an up leg to increase the price of the calls, to sell a call, because the market strength was, you got 2,000 decliners and only 900 advancers, and you have almost to double the volume into the down volume. So we needed a greater push up in order to sell some of the calls. That's basically what happened. Now, if you go through some of the lectures, you'll understand what happened here is that, we gapped down into the single prints, of beginning of April there, 2 days ago, Friday. And what it's doing now is it's building some value lower due to this huge up rotation here. And, it's filling in missed trades, basically. But, that's basically what it was, is just a large gap took out any of the premium on the call side. And, that's base, and we just couldn't get enough recovery there to get some premium on the calls. And see, that would have been our entry had we come up here, and we could have got a decent spread. We'd have issued to sell the calls, and the market, would come back down. So that's basically why we didn't do that, and I hope that really helps you out. And I encourage everybody to go through the lectures on the YouTube, and it will explain just a lot of things I'm talking about the structure of the market, value, trends, rotations, and the types of opening. So what and that's how we're going to issue an options trade is, we're looking at that opening we're going to have. And, as an example, today we had a good buying tail. So initially traders reacted to the lows, and you had like a buy to cover rally, because people that were long, were just in complete shock. And so you had a buying tail, and which starts off good, and then had we come up here to a valid market profile point, like this value area low, it would have been an open rejection reversal, whereas, the market would have come up, tested a valid market profile point, and that point would have been rejected, and then the market would reverse for the rest, and that's why we would have done the calls. And as you can see, it was just too weak to even get a rejection reversal. It's just we had some shock value, and it just kept going, and the market just came up and tested these doubles from this prior B and C period, from Friday. So I hope that helps a little bit on what's going on. And still the direction of the market's down. It's just that, the strikes were too, that the algorithm issued were just too, we'd have got too much risk because we'd have had to sell strikes at a lower price, which, would have increased our risk. So, it's better just to be patient and not take the risky trade and just sit out that week and then just pick it up next week. It's just a better way to do things rather than to issue a bad trade, and then you got to get into rolling over and higher commissions, and then you're paying, for whatever you lost on the bad trade, and you're rolling it over, and it's just a mess. So it's just better, to understand this is a long-term type of thing, and, next week's going to happen.